I'm gonna just spare y'all right now. I'm gonna try my best to not scream at this camera, but I'm gonna let y'all know the only person that I like on this show is Suki. That's it. The only one. We're gonna get into it. You already know what time it is. Thumbs up the video, drop the comments, let's go. We got a lot. She has a seizure. Tasiki is out here screaming it's fake. Natalie is saying it's not fake. It's not time to be doing that. And it's crazy because Natalie is the one that is in this moment trying to actually be a genuine human being. Well, I don't want to say that, but she's the only one that is taking it serious, or at least seeming to take it serious. She's claiming that she's concerned, and Tasiki is sitting there talking about y'all better pick me up like that because security or whoever it was ended up picking up Smiley to put her on the stretcher to get in the hospital, get in the ambulance to go to the hospital. And she's talking about saying, y'all better pick me up like that too. And then Anna's pissing me off too, sitting there saying Smiley is an attention seeker. That's why she can't deal with the shit. So many people disappointed me this episode. So many people. And it's at the point where I don't like some of them now too. I don't. And Mariah, she starts crying because she's like, she saw her literally choking on her own throw up. And she realized that, okay, it is serious at this point. Crazy. Mariah, the girl that she's been at it with the entire season, Mariah is the girl who Smiley has threatened her family, all of that. She even has the decency in this moment to at least say, okay, damn, it's serious at this point. But people who Smiley ain't even done shit to are literally sitting here acting a fool, trying to make a joke out of it. And it's like, granted, we'll get to my thoughts on it later on, but like I said in the last review, give it face value. Do you want this girl to die first? Like, you could think it's a lie, you could think she's joking and whatnot. Okay, that's fine. But in the moment, let's at least aid to this woman and hope that she's not lying. Because if she ends up not lying and she ends up dead, what are you gonna say then? Like, how are you gonna feel that you could have possibly helped her and she ended up dead? Like, what's this? Like, come on. Tasiki, she blew me with that. Like, I'm like, what is wrong with you? And Anna, you too. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? But most of them are now seemingly looking concerned, everybody except Tasiki and Anna. And Tasiki saying that she was scared. She said the moment that she felt scared was when she started acting. And Tasiki said that she's gonna beat her up when she gets back with her. And she said she need to be on that sprinter with them. And she's saying that she wants to slap her because what the fuck is she doing? I'm like, Tasiki, you are doing too much. And I'm gonna tell y'all now too. The later we get into it, I might start cussing a little too hard. So if y'all hear some bleeps or like some outtakes of me cussing because I might get a little too hard, I'm gonna try and take it out. But Biggie is sitting on the bus laughing too, and that's the thing too. I'm like, a lot of these girls are just looking so terrible in this moment. But Tasiki saying that they gonna have fun, that like they was trying to have fun, but now she fucked everything up, and it's just like I said, in the moment, like think of it as if she's actually genuinely having a seizure, and you sitting here saying she fucked it up because she had a seizure. Say she couldn't control that, and you saying she fucked it up because she couldn't control the fact that she had a seizure. We're gonna get to it. I still got more thoughts on it, but this is what's happening in the moment as I'm watching it. But Anna gets on the bus because Biggie's asking her to get on the bus, and Biggie says she's probably somewhere bullshitting with the doctor. And Anna gets on the bus and says she's an actress, and she's concerned because Tasiki is now pissed off, and we all know Tasiki got some lethally registered hands. But the next scene, we get Natalie. She's outside talking to everybody, saying that it's really serious. She knows a lot of y'all don't like her, but at this point, it is serious. She's at the hospital. Like, we don't know what happened on the bus, but please take it serious. The insensitive comments, they need to stop. I'm like, yeah, finally, Natalie is at least doing something right. And she ends up asking him what happened on the bus. And I can't stop. I can't help but say this, but I couldn't help but watch it when they had these camera shots on Natalie and her skin. Natalie, you got to do something. You got to do something. That skin, them lips, like everything about it was just like, ugh. Like you can't help but look because it's like you looking at her and they got them close up shots. Natalie's skin is horrible. Her lips look a mess, but that's besides the fact. But Sky says that they don't know what really happened outside of what they saw, which was her drinking on the bus. And they said that she took about 4 shots, and Sky said that she don't know what her health conditions are, which is why she showed her empathy. And she said that they are in a foreign country and they all need to be compassionate and show some type of empathy towards the situation. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And Camila said that she has compassion and hopes nothing is seriously wrong, but she seems, talking about Smiley, seems to not care about her health, so why should she? Which I guess I understand that because I got somebody in my life that has health conditions and health issues and knows that they should not be doing and consuming certain things, and we are supposed to be watching them and helping them, and they choose to do otherwise. And like what she said, I said the same thing about that person. I said, look, you don't care about your health and you don't care about your life. If you want to do that and eat yourself to death, then you go ahead and do it. Because there's only so much I can do. So I understand where Camila was coming from with that. Might not have been right, and it did come off insensitive, but that's what she said. And I mean, whatever. That's how she feels. But Natalie says that Bobby and Suki are joining them, and they're going to go to dinner later on. And Sky was asking if they're all going to be together the whole time because she likes when they're all together. And Natalie says they're breaking up for now because it's too many of them, but they'll link back up at dinner. Keep that in mind. There's something else that happens later on that I'm like, y'all couldn't have been together for this. But Smiley, which they didn't need to show this, they show her on the stretcher, laid out on the stretcher, getting pulled into the hospital. Smiley saying that she blacked out and don't know what happened. She's in there with the doctor, and now she's okay, and she's calling for her son. And Smiley saying she don't remember what happened, and then she ends up stating that she had a history of having seizures in the past, and she said that she can't drink. And I'm like, so why did you drink if you know you can't drink? If drinking is what has caused seizures in the past, why are you drinking now? Like, so that's a stupid decision on her end. And it's just like, it goes back to what Camila said. She don't care about her health. But she said she had 7 shots. Crazy. But just a minute ago, also, she said she didn't remember what happened. So how do you remember that you had 7 shots? I'm like, that's where it's at with Smiley. It's just like, I'm trying my best to like give her the benefit of the doubt, but like, you don't make yourself look good. And the way she was acting in this whole scene, it was like she's doing too much, in my opinion. I don't feel like coming out of a seizure, you're not doing all. That's how I feel. That's genuinely how I feel. I've seen, man, I'm not even trying to get too much into it because it was too much. It was just irritating me. But, and then she's going to really irritate me later on. But the next scene, Natalie's crew, they outside going to meet Suki and Bobby. Natalie fills them in on what's going on. Suki said that she's trying to figure out if Smiley's okay and hopes that she is okay. She wants to pray for her, and she said she fucks with her. Like, she hopes she's okay. Natalie then lets them know that House B is not being serious about it, which they aren't, which is true about. The only person that was Sky. And not DJ Sky. Sky, Fly Tatted Sky. And they all ended up going around, walking around, taking shots, shopping and shit. And this is where I said, like, when Natalie said to Sky that they had to split up, why they split up at this point? They could have all walked around and shopped together. I'm like, what was the point? Because they all was doing it separately. But Sky was saying that she was worried about Smiley. House B is sitting there talking about how they'll soon get an update about Smiley. And Sky was saying it's unfortunate. Anna is sitting there saying she's trying to act like she's worried, but at the end of the day, she don't give a fuck. And I'm like, Anna, you just... It's like... I'm trying my best not to get too deep into it, but I'm going to unleash later on. I'm just trying to build up to it. But they sitting there wondering where Rolly's at, because Rolly is nowhere. She's nowhere with House A, and she ain't with House B. And this is where I'm starting to think, okay, here we go. Rolly trying to find a way to make something about her. Here we go. And sure enough, Scotty says Rolly felt some type of way about Smiley, and she got upset and walked away. So Smiley, which I think is crazy too, you walk away in a country that you ain't ever been. That's not safe. But whatever. Smiley, she ends up getting wheeled out of the hospital, and she's sitting there telling them to get her out of here. And why are y'all bringing me here? Why did y'all bring me here? Just doing all that. I'm like, why are you doing it? Like that's the part where it looks like, okay, you trying to act like you doing too much. Like, what are you doing? They brought you there because you just literally had an episode. And you now know that you had an episode because you were told that in the hospital. So why are you outside getting wheeled out of the hospital saying, why are y'all bringing me here? That's no type of symptom of a seizure. That's not a symptom of a seizure. Like, you doing too much. But the next scene, House A meets up with Rolly at some shack, and Rolly's sitting there looking all upset, acting. You want to talk about somebody being an actress? She was acting in this scene because she definitely looked like she was trying her hardest to look upset. And Natalie gets up talking about, "I got you a gift." She gives her some little chain that says "One Love," and it's not a real chain; it's a Jamaican chain. Um, Rolly's got this 2 gem. Movie Bay said it in her recap a couple weeks ago. I'm like, your teeth don't need it. 2 gems are supposed to enhance pretty teeth, and she don't have that. Rolly got spaced out teeth. Her teeth look dirty. Like, please. Rolly was then saying that there's a whole other bitch inside of her that she didn't want them to see, which is why she left. It's like, really? We've seen a nasty bitch on this screen all season. So what other bitch are you hiding? That's what I want to know. But she said the reason why she walked away was because her dad had passed away from seizures, which condolences to her. I don't like her, but that is sad. But she's talking about the procedures with seizures and stuff that she's normally used to seeing because he's had seizures a lot. And she said what happened with Smiley was not symptoms of a seizure, and what she didn't see was nothing. What she saw was nothing like what happened with her father. And I'm like, yeah, you can say that, but people handle seizures differently. Certain things happen in seizures that don't happen in normal seizures, or it don't happen in certain seizures with certain people. So you can't be a judge of that in terms of that. But she said it triggered her. Rolly said it hurt her feelings, and she said she felt like if she was faking, she gonna beat the shit out of her. And I'm like, okay, you just trying to make something about you now. Because if she was lying about it, I'll get to it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm so all over the place. They don't piss me off this week, and I'm trying my best to not like really get into it before I have to. But we're gonna skip through it. What else? Sapphire, she's commending Rolly for walking away and removing herself from the situation before making it worse, which I'm like, yeah, you can be right, but she's sitting here premeditating the fact that she wants to beat this girl up. So it's like, really, did she do too much? Like, is she really trying? Do you really need to commend her in this moment? Sapphire, I got some words for her later on. Whew, I got some words for her. But Rolly was saying that she got a lot of shit going on. Apparently, she's depressed. Says that she doesn't know how to express it, and Suki was pretty much saying to her, like, the best thing you can do is tell people what you're going through, so that they can be there for you. 2 things can be true. Yes, you do need to speak to people when it comes to you having depressive thoughts. If it comes to being that word, offing yourself, you do. I do feel like you do need to talk to people, but you need to talk to the right people. Certain people are not people that you need to talk to about certain things like this, because certain people that you're around don't care. And yeah, Suki was telling her real shit, but like I said, certain people is the people that you need to talk to because you can't trust everybody. But Natalie, she's going off on the bus in the next scene. Production apparently had let her know that Smiley was okay and she will be joining them for dinner. That was what was said. So I'm like, you going off about the fact that she's okay? But we're going to get to it. They're now skeptical because of the quick turnaround from her having a seizure and now she's okay. So they're wondering if it's genuine or not. And I don't know how quick you normally come out of a seizure and how quick the recovery phase is, but I can see where they're starting to be like, okay, this is not normal, but we'll let it ride. So they pull up to this lobster restaurant, which I was like, I'm so excited. Hopefully they show the food because I love seafood. Seafood is my favorite. Seafood is my favorite food. So I was hoping to see some food. Do you think we got to see some food? Fuck no. Why? You're gonna see later on. But they get into the restaurant, they sit down, House B ends up arriving, and they have all these fake hugs and fake energy going on. They're all acting like they're so excited to be with each other. Here we go. The disclaimer. This disclaimer comes up on the scene. And it says how production took a break, and while they took a break, Natalie and Scotty had a disagreement about how the meal was being served. And I want to talk about this because I went live a couple weeks ago, probably about it might have been the second time I went live this season. Somebody dropped in my live comments and told me that Natalie and Scotty were allegedly fighting about some stuff that was going on with her and the CEO. Allegedly talking about not Natalie, Scotty, and you know who, the CEO. I'm not gonna say it because he ain't gonna sit here and try and sue me. But allegedly the rumblings, that was what they were beefing about, which I found so ironic how the cameras were off when this all happened. So was that true? And they decided to make it about food that we didn't even see on the plates on the table. We didn't see no food, none. So how was they really arguing about food if we didn't see no food? That's what I was thinking. How convenient. But Natalie is sitting there telling Scotty that she need to walk her ass back to back home from Jamaica. And Scotty said that she wasn't, and Natalie said you will. Natalie was hoeing this girl the whole time. And I was y'all know how I feel about Scotty. Those of you that's watched me, you know how I feel about her. But in this moment, I was rooting for her. I was like, hopefully she finally does something. Shame on me for thinking that she would. But Natalie said that Scotty is being weird and was being weird about the food. She said she finished one plate and out came another plate. And Scotty's talking, that's my food too. And then Natalie says that she's talking about her and sending text messages saying, fuck you. And Natalie said, who the fuck you talking to? So Scotty says in her confessional that she had no control over her getting her food first. Once she got her food first, Natalie had an issue with her getting another plate because she ordered another plate. Scotty then says that the tension started rising, and as it was rising, she decided to step out and go smoke. And when she went out to step out and smoke, Natalie started rage texting her, and then she ended up telling her, fuck you, because like, yeah, fuck you. And in this moment, I'm like, I don't blame Scotty. I don't. Because I believe, out of the two of them, I believe her over Natalie. Natalie's a liar. Natalie is a known liar. Scotty is delusional. She's not smart. But in this instance, I do believe her over Natalie. But Scotty said, not Natalie, Scotty, not Scotty. Natalie says, you know what you do, Scotty. You know what you do, Scotty. I'm like, oh, she knows what she does, or she know what she did about this food. Sounds like Natalie is now trying to pretty much talk about what Scotty has done in the past, which I'm assuming going back, I'm like, yeah, they're probably talking about what the fan was saying. And Natalie was saying Scotty has showed Natalie, not Natalie. Damn, I'm getting all caught up. See, look, look. Suki ended up asking Scotty, why did she say fuck you to Natalie? And Scotty said Natalie showed somebody some inaccurate text message, and Natalie says that Scotty is running game on her. And Natalie says, bring Smiley in. And what Natalie starts doing is start screaming in Rolly's face, let me show you why I've been in this game for 15 years. You know how Natalie is. She always got to talk about how many years she's been in the game. And I'm like, why are you screaming in Rolly's face and not screaming in Scotty's face? And Rolly sat there and let her do it. If it had been anybody else, what would have Rolly done? Should have got up in their face. But you sitting here letting Natalie scream up in your face, Rolly? Punk. And pick her and choose her, which we're going to get on her later on too. But Natalie then gets up on Scotty. She rolls up on Scotty and is like body to body on her, body checking her, antagonizing her, getting up in her face. And it got to the point where she got in her face like this. And this is when I got mad at Scotty. Because I'm like, ain't nobody. When I tell y'all, I think I said it on my live, but I don't think I said it on the recap. I got a rule. If I can touch you, I'm hitting you. Do not get in my personal space. I'm big about that. I've always been big about that. The minute you get in my face or get near me to where I can hit you, where I can touch you, and we already having a heated discussion, I'm hitting you. You're not going to be able to get close enough to hit me. You're not going to get close enough to breathe or spit in my face. And Natalie is up in her face, and Scotty's not doing nothing about it. Natalie ends up muffing Scotty and muffing her on that table, and Scotty starts kicking Natalie off of her. Natalie said that she would drag her off that table, and she said she's a lying-ass bitch. And Natalie is talking about how she's been in the TV game for 15 years. She can lay up for the rest of her life. She don't have to do nothing. Scotty got to do it. And this is where Scotty went wrong. Scotty forever goes wrong because she's still friends with her to this day. Everything Scotty has is because of Natalie. Scotty's been on Zeus because of Natalie. Scotty's Instagram count, her social media following has grown because of Natalie. Natalie brought her on this show to keep her presence starting to climb and climb and climb. Everything that Scotty's gotten in the last, 2 or 3 years is because of Natalie. And when you're dealing with a bitch like Natalie, when you do something that she don't like, she gonna throw it in your face every chance she gets. And Scotty, you can't be mad at yourself. You can't be mad at her for doing it because you're allowing her to do it because you sit and you suck up under her ass all day long. Have some type of independence. Go do something by yourself. You don't have to sit here and be up under Natalie all day long because Natalie wants you to do it. And she knows that you're not going to do nothing about it. So Natalie was saying that you know what you're doing. She's still saying you know what you're doing. And Camila said best friends should not be putting their hands on each other. Exactly. Ain't no best friend of mine putting their hands on me. And if you do, we getting to getting it. Like we getting to getting it. And Natalie then starts talking about faking seizures. And Scotty said it ain't got nothing to do with me. And Natalie ends up walking on her again because Scotty called her a bitch. Natalie said, "Who you calling a bitch?" Getting up in her face again. Scotty started walking away. And I'm like, you keep letting her punk you. Why have you not hit her? Why have you not hit her? And this is why I don't like Scotty. Anna then jumps in. Well, in her confessional, she pretty much says what I was thinking. She don't understand why Natalie is in Scotty's face and Scotty ain't doing nothing about it. But when it came to Anna, she got up in her face. Same thing with T. Got up in her face. Anna said when it comes to somebody being her side, she don't want to do nothing, which is the truth. She ain't do nothing when she had an issue with Tommy, a random issue that she made out of nowhere. She ain't do nothing with Tommy when she had the opportunity to get it up with Tommy. She ain't do it. Yeah, she ran and kicked Rolly, but that's one. And Rolly's borderline an oversized basketball, like somebody that she thinks that she can get. Like she knows she's faster than her. So essentially, if you know you faster than somebody, essentially you know that you can beat them. So Rolly's not, she's not one of those. So other than that, Scotty's only fought little girls, smaller girls that are smaller than her. But Natalie says Scotty texts her random shit every day. Everybody's sitting there watching, confused. Natalie is literally antagonizing Scotty this whole time. She keeps getting up on her, like body to body checking her, and she just won't do nothing about it. Natalie, at this point, wants her to hit her, and she won't do it. Natalie said no friend is going to text her, fuck her, when she does everything for her, and that's the problem. Like I said with Scotty, like, she going to keep throwing it in your face. Suki. Suki ends up having to check Mariah because Mariah ends up saying, this is weird. I'm like, but it was weird. So her saying it, I didn't see an issue, but Suki did. And Suki said nobody else said anything, so why are you even saying anything? And Mariah said that Suki was asking her where her loyalty was. And she said, my loyalty is to myself. Like, I don't owe these bitches no loyalty. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't mad at you. In that moment, I was not mad at Mariah for saying it. But Natalie is now still saying that her and Scotty is not done, but she wants to get Smiley. So bring Smiley on in. And Smiley standing behind him looking scared as fuck. And it's like, essentially, Tasiki, she might not have been right. At least in my mind, she wasn't right. But she making it look like she right. Because Scotty looked like, not Scotty, Smiley looked like she was a deer in headlights, scared to go walk over there. So Natalie ends up getting up in Smiley's face. Smiley, another punk. Letting her scream in her face, saying, you coming on my platform, faking seizures and shit. Smiley said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. And then Natalie tells Anna to pull up the phone. Like, get your phone over here. Tasiki then gets up and is asking her why she faking shit too. They all up in her face. Every person in her face. And at this point, shit like this would trigger me. And I've always said, I've never been jumped before, but if I ever got jumped, like some shit like this happening, like if it's multiple people pressing me and all up in my face, like it's too many people to where I can't even see. I'm looking at you, but you talking to me and you talking to me. At this point, I'm swinging. I'm swinging and I'm grabbing anything that's near me. If it ends up being I'm slashing y'all. I'm not playing with you. I'm going to get. You're not about to antagonize me. You're not about to jump me. But she didn't do nothing about it. So they all up in her face. Smiley's still saying she don't remember what happened. Anna pulls up the video to show her. They all trying to tag team up on her, and they all up in her face. Like I said, Natalie is antagonizing Scotty, saying y'all two weirdos are the liars. Y'all should be roommates and stuff. And Scotty's getting pissed off about it. It's just like, Scotty, stop letting this girl rile you up. Natalie knows how to get Scotty pissed, and she lets her do it too. But Natalie is acting out how Smiley was acting in the hospital. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of funny. But Smiley tries to walk away, and Natalie jumps in her face and is still screaming in her face, where are you going? Scarface punk ass, who, as you see, we ain't said not one. I ain't mentioned her name in 23 minutes. 23 minutes. At this point, it was like 34 minutes into the 45-minute episode. Why do you think Scarface decided to go throw some water on Smiley? Because she wanted camera time. Keep that in mind, because I got a lot to say about that word, camera time. Those two words, camera time, Scarface. She pours that water, and Suki says, y'all bitches are weird. And I'm like, yes, finally, somebody, finally. Scarface talking about something, why everybody trying to give Smiley camera time? That's what she wants. No, bitch, that's what you want. That's what you want. You dying for it, because you didn't get none of it this whole episode. None of it until this moment. You were the one cast member this entire episode we ain't seen not one confessional from. We ain't seen not one peep of you. Nothing. But now you decide that you want to get you some camera time, and then you want to point it on her. So then, what happens? Smiley ends up getting pulled outside, and then her punk ass leaves. She says, "They want me gone. I'm leaving." I'm like, "You loser, boring, lame. If I'm gonna leave, I'm going out swinging." I would have got every last one of them that was in my face. We would have got it up before I left, and then I would have left. But loser, I ain't got nothing to say. She's sitting there talking shit in her confessionals. Like, Smiley is a confessional gangster, and she's a Twitter gangster and a Twitter thug or Instagram thug, whichever one you want to call it. Don't like her. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But Suki, we get back to Suki. Suki in here standing on business. You want to talk about somebody who's standing on business? She was getting it up with everybody. But Suki was saying, she don't even fuck with y'all. Like, I don't even fuck with y'all. And Natalie's like, why? Getting up in her face, why? She said, because y'all disrespectful. Like, y'all screaming in this girl's face. Y'all sitting here bullying her and ganging up on her. I'm like, yes, finally somebody. And that's the thing, too. Like, I like all that stuff that I said about Smiley. I don't like her, but like I said, the reason why I don't like her is because she don't stand up for herself. Ain't nobody gonna sit in my face and do that to me. Suki was literally me in this situation. This would have been me in the situation. But Suki was like, I'm not no follower. Scarface, she said Scarface had her fucked up when she threw that water on her. Suki then says, like, so what? She lied. She lied. So what? But y'all sitting here ganging up on her. She got a kid at home. Like, so the fuck what? Like, why are y'all doing this? And I'm like, yes, finally. Natalie then saying, because she needs to stop. She needs to stop. Okay, but what are you going to do? She's a grown woman. You can't make her do anything. If she don't want to do it, she's not going to do it. You know Smiley is going to do what Smiley wants to do. Like how y'all told her to stop getting online talking shit about Mariah Lynn's family. What'd she do? Turn around and keep doing it. Like, you're not going to stop her from doing that stuff. If she's going to fake it, she's going to fake it. It is what it is. Like, if she faked it, she faked it. But why are you up in her face trying to do all this shit and you didn't even do nothing? Like, y'all screaming in her face, didn't even swing. Not one person swung. Like, every last one of these girls is some pump fakers. They losers. But Anna saying she's tired of Suki being a Captain Saberho, making excuses for her. Anna, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. And then Suki, and it's like, she ain't even, it's not playing Captain Saberho. It's the fact that y'all are literally bullying somebody who y'all know is not going to fight back. What is the purpose in that? Just let the girl go home. Tell her to go home, and she will go home. And she would have went home. But Suki ended up telling Scarface, you corny as fuck for what you did. Right. Scarface talking about something about Suki. She's talking about, I do what I want. I do what I want. Like, shut up. Shut up. And my boy, what's her name? Tyshawn. I can't wait to see what you say. Because she pissed me off. And that's your girl. But Tyshawn, he got respect. He's one of the people. And like I said, if you don't like what I'm saying about your people, just keep it respectful. You can say what you want. You can disagree. Drop it in the comments, but keep it respectful. Keep it like Tyshawn. But Scarface, she ends up saying in her confessional, again, Suki is thirsty for camera time. Be fucking for real. Suki don't even need to be on this show. Suki don't even need camera time. Suki got clout without this show. She had clout before this show. You are the bitch that needs camera time, which is why you're doing what you're doing. Fuck, like what? So then she had the audacity to say to that. Like, I'm like, what is wrong with you? She said it to Suki too. You that's what you want. You need this. You need this. No, you need this. You need this. You don't have money. Suki got it. Suki got it. But Rolly's fat ass decides she wants to get up. Don't threaten my friend. Stand down. Scarface can handle her own. Scarface ain't shown us that she can fight on this show, but I believe she can fight better than Rolly. She don't need your help. Sit your fat ass down. Like, don't nobody need you sitting here trying to fight battles. And it's funny because she stood up on Suki, who was smaller than her, who was basically screaming in her face when she was threatening Scarface. But you didn't get up on Natalie when she was screaming in your face. Rolly is a punk. She's a loser. She's a lapdog. She's a lackey. She's trying her best to stay on this show to keep a check. And she's a loser. And not Sapphire. Like I said, Rolly ends up getting up. Sapphire sat there and let Rolly walk up on Suki. Pretty much because she's defending her best friend. Legend. Look, Legend. He said, once again, I was right from the start. Legend, y'all go tweet Legend and tell him to get on this live tomorrow. He said, once again, I was right from the start. And he was. But, what's I about to say? Sapphire let Rolly run up on, like, she let Rolly roll up on Suki and didn't do nothing about it. And Rolly gets in Suki's face. Rolly's talking about she gonna spare Suki, and Suki said, "Why? Cause you big. I'll beat your fat ass." Like Suki is me. I've always been that way. I always say size don't matter, even though weight classes do matter when you really fighting. But I was that way too. It's big, tall, small, skinny, fat. I don't care. You got a problem with me? Let's handle it. She was ready. Like Rolly was all up in her face. Suki was back up in her face. Rolly trying to call Suki pussy, and it's like, how's she pussy when she up in your face, telling you to do it? Sapphire then tries to hold back because at this point, this is what pissed me off about Sapphire. Scarface gets up and she gets right there, and it's Scarface and it's Rolly. And then you got Sapphire right here, and you got Suki over here. So it's basically 2v1 at this point. 2 versus 1, and Sapphire is breaking it up. Why are you not now 2 versus 2 with Suki? I'd have been like, okay, so now both of y'all trying to get up on my friend. So now it's a 2-on-2 situation. Because y'all not about to tag up on my friend. That's not what's about to happen. And that's what was about to happen. She's talking about, I'm trying to break it up. So then it gets to the point where Suki says, you don't even want to fight Biggie, which is a fact. Because she didn't want to fight Biggie, Rolly. And then Rolly's fat ass ended up pushing her on the table. It did look like she kind of got Suki a little bit because she pushed her on the table. And that's where Suki went wrong. Because you never let a bitch as big as Rolly get the first swing. You swing on that bitch first, pop on her, get all that energy and come towards her and knock her off her balance and then start tagging her. But she ended up letting her get the first swing in. It looked like she got her a little bit. They ended up throwing water in Suki's face next week, and Sapphire's punk sellout ass sat there and let it happen. Sat there and let it happen. And Suki is pissed off. She addresses it tomorrow. Sapphire's sitting there crying, apologizing. Suki said, if it was you, I'd have swung on the bitches. I was like, yeah, exactly. That's what a real friend's supposed to do. But Mariah and Rolly get into it. Mariah and apparently wants to fight Suki, and Suki's ready to fight her. So that's what happened. I'm over this shit, y'all. I'm over it. But I'm going to go live tomorrow. Y'all let me know. I'm going to put a poll up on my community page. Go vote on it. I'm probably go live, but tell me if y'all want to go live. Please go vote on it. Yeah, thumbs up the video. Drop your comments. Let me know what y'all think. Please go watch my other content where I'm not screaming at the camera and mad. Like, I got track videos up now. I got Traders. I just started doing those. Amazing television. If you have not watched, it's a great reality show. Phaedra Parks is on it. All types of reality titans. You got to go watch it. But yeah, I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. And Love Island All-Star starts tomorrow too. So y'all going to see a lot of me for 5 weeks straight. So yeah, I'll see y'all then. Peace.